What do you and your colleagues hope you'll achieve by this move? Good morning, Mr. Raab.
Morning, Nick. Well, look, it's part of our crime-fighting plan and clearing the backlog that we've had because of the pandemic. We've got the backlog in the Crown Courts down by 2,000 since the peak in June. I said it would take 6 to 12 months to start seeing that, so I think that's positive. Along with the £1 billion we're investing in the courts to get the cases running through more swiftly, along with the video technology, the Nightingale courtrooms, we're going to increase the magistrates' sentencing powers from 6 to 12 months. That will allow criminals to be brought to court and prosecuted faster. It will give justice to victims more swiftly, and it will reduce the backlog in the Crown Courts by an estimated 1,700. And it's part of, as I said, our wider crime-fighting plan, recruiting more police, increasing sentencing powers. Both of those Labour and the Lib Dems voted against. And just last night, we saw Labour and the Liberal Democrats in the House of Lords vote against our powers to stop Extinction Rebellion and Insulate Britain sabotaging under the guise of lawful protest by blocking the M25, stopping people to going from work, and in the case of Insulate Britain, stopping ambulances from getting to the sick.
It's interesting you mentioned that, and we'll return to your move regarding magistrates, but part of the compelling evidence that I heard from the House of Lords last night was the Labour Lord Hayne suggesting that if this bill had been around at the time, we wouldn't have been able to have the suffragettes, we wouldn't have been able to have the anti-apartheid demonstrations. Is this now a nation that would rule out all demonstrations such as this, Mr. Raab?
No, I've always been a champion of peaceful protest, but I think most people and your listeners will understand the distinction between making your point vocally, strongly, ardently, and actually trying to interfere with people going about their lawful business. The huge cost to police in dealing with what is no longer just lawful, peaceful protest, but sabotage, gluing yourself, sticking yourself to infrastructure, and things like that, the damage it does to people's livelihoods, the economies, effectively trying to paralyse a major piece of infrastructure like the M25. And in the case of Insulate Britain, stopping ambulances getting to the sick. That can't be right. That's not a peaceful protest. That's sabotage. And we should call it what it is. And I'm very disappointed that Labour and the Liberal Democrats, including Lord Hayne, voted against it.